For some reason, it doesn't make any sense, but it still looks good. You know what I mean? Like, a tree wouldn't grow in here. That's dumb. How's it going, everybody? My name is Finfire. We're back. We're playing Slime Rancher. Today we're on the better build, and we're gonna continue on with our level. So in the last video, we didn't really finish off, but we've kind of left the whole beach area for now. And you saw I started almost like this, kind of like a cove type area that sort of went around the side, and it led to the back of the grotto. And that was where we were gonna put the forest. Well, I've gone ahead and mainly put in the forest. And I did actually record it, but I lost the recording completely. It was corrupted. I don't know what happened. I've tested it again, and I should be okay to record this one. Fingers crossed. Here we go. So, what else we're gonna do today, though, is fill out the grotto. Like, all through the inside here, with all the really nice moss blanket type stuff that we now have. So maybe even like, you know, some of the glowy things, the pink glowy things. But if we go through here, let's take a look at what I've done. So you can see I've put in, like, some of this stuff. There's these little pink glowy things. Some grass. This is looking pretty good. Got some more grass here. We could probably do with maybe putting something green down, like some kind of green floor. I'm not too sure. Still got the teleporter here. But this is the forest area. This is it so far, anyway. I think it looks pretty good. I love these pink things. They're so cool. They add so much color and everything to it. It's great. So I added in these giant moss blanket trees, alright? They're basically just called giant trees, and I'm falling. Okay, I added in these things, and this one I made so big, you're able to walk onto the roots. Like, see, you can just walk under here. That's cool. And I didn't even notice until now that, like, the roots have this cool flower texture, which is awesome. Which you don't even really see when it's so tiny. See what I mean? You can kind of see it from here, but it's so tiny. So I've added in like some of these areas as well. Probably do with like a bit of grass or something like that around here, just to make these bits look a little bit more, I don't know, decorated, you know what I mean? I've also added these like mounds of ground, I guess, or rock. I made them using these little like tiny little mounds that are used for holding like the treasure pods. I didn't know whether they were going to be useful, like whether you know, whether you'd be able to walk over them okay without sort of bumping around and everything. Actually, I'm going completely through this one. So that's what you'd expect to happen. It's a little bit weird. But that's the kind of behavior that you'd expect when you start making some objects way too big. Hey, it's a slime. I forgot there's slimes out this way. So I've added in trees around here as well. I just think it's looking really good. It's looking awesome. It's definitely feeling like a forest. Definitely. We need like, maybe like a few more trees around this way to sort of, you know, finish off this edge. I'm not too sure. But let me know if you have any suggestions on how we could change this bit through here. Oh, this is cool. I love how you can walk under these bits. And also, let me know what you think. I'd like to get your input. I'd like to get your feedback on how this is looking. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so let's go into the grotto and let's start putting some stuff in there. Like I said, I wouldn't mind putting in some of these, like, you know, some of these foresty type bits. They might look a bit weird now that I think about it. I'm not too sure. We could sort of maybe make it bleed in through this bit here. Because there wouldn't be any grass, would there? There'd definitely be no grass. Although we've got some stuff growing here. I just feel like, given that we've got all these new objects and stuff like that in the game, I feel like this area here feels like really incomplete. It does. Okay, maybe we could put something else here instead of this bit. I understand they've got like this boarded up sort of section, and it's supposed to be like a dark sort of wet cave, you know. It's a grotto. That's what it's supposed to be. But who says it has to stay that way? We could change this up. Alright, let's go to the build mode. And let's go to Moss Blanket. I reckon we give the grotto a bit of a makeover. Okay, forest, main nav. Probably start with like an area plane. What is this? Hey, that's pretty good. Let's bring this down a bit. There we go. That's a pretty good start. So we've covered up that wood straight away. And that looks actually pretty good. I like that. Okay, let's save that. Okay, now let's just sort of set the tone for what I'd like this to be. Bam, flowers. They look weird, don't they? Actually, no, they look alright. Hey, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, maybe copy it, move it this way as well. Some more of these. Probably Shrink this one. Alright, we'll put those there. And already this place is looking different. I like it. We're gonna need some grass. We won't get like too big a grass, I think. Thin colony. It's not a lot of grass, is it? Flower field. Maybe there's some here. What grass do we have here? Grass. Thin colony. Bugger all. Okay, well let's just copy this around then. Let's just use this. Copy it around a bit. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. A little bit more. Just because you'd really only be getting grass in the areas where it's sort of growing, you know what I mean? Or like where the light is coming through, is what I mean to say. Of course you'd only be getting grass where it's growing. That's ridiculous. Okay, so let's save that. Let's just have a look at that. See what that looks like. Cool! Straight away, that looks heaps better. The flowers kind of look like they're glowing a little bit. That's a little bit strange. Okay, what else could we add in? Flower field. Let's go for flora. What flora do we have? Flora moss. Oh, cool, these things. Put one of these like over in the corner or something. Like over here. Let's save that. Are there any others of those? Moss drape. Okay. Probably put something like that over here. So if we move this over here, and we'll sort of shuffle it down a little bit. Put that there. How's that? It's not even lined up. Come on, Finn. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That looks okay. I'll leave it there for now and see how I like it later. Alright, what else could we add in here to make this area look a little bit nicer? Trees. I don't know about trees. No, that doesn't make sense. Why would there be trees in here? Okay, let's delete those. Okay, so there's like, oh, there's these rocks. These look okay. Let's put them sort of around the place a little bit. Save. Move that one over there. Rotate it. Okay, just gonna move some more rocks around a little bit. Put some over that way. Put one over there. Maybe like in the corner or something. There we go. Just change its shape a little bit. Cool. Let's save that. Okay. This isn't looking too bad. I'm happy with this. I think the best way to work on this is gonna be from like the middle outwards, you know what I mean? Like if I start chucking stuff just around the edges, it's probably gonna look like really strange. What are water leaves? I could probably use these like around the edges here. So something like this. Bring these up a little bit. Yeah, they look pretty good. It sort of added like a little bit of a texture to the edge there, you know what I mean? Yep, that looks good. I'm happy with that. It's like this weird sort of speckledy green stuff. But it sort of adds the sort of effect that, you know, the grass and things have sort of spread out a little bit. It says one whole deco rock. That's brilliant. So glad I have that. Actually, you know what? That kind of works, doesn't it? I'm kind of glad with that. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I thought it was going to look a lot worse than what it does. That looks pretty good. For some reason, it doesn't make any sense, but it still looks good. You know what I mean? Like a tree wouldn't grow in here. That's dumb, but it still works. But then again, it's like an alien planet, so maybe a tree would. Who knows? Who am I to judge? I don't think I'm going to touch it too much more than this until I get some ideas and input from you guys. I'd really like your help with this one, because it's something that you could stuff up. You know, you could really screw it up. So I'd like to get your help, and that way we make sure it's awesome. Seriously feel like we need to stick something here. Like maybe a Gordo. Maybe like a honey Gordo would work here. Let's have a look. Let's try this. Gordos. Honey. Alright, let's just pop this guy down. Shift him over this way. Spin him around. Hey, you looking there, champ? He's looking pretty happy. Okay, let's just... How's that look? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna complain. I can always delete him anyway. Even if I close the game and reopen it, I can still delete him. So, yeah. I don't know. We'll leave him there for now, as like a placeholder Gordo, you know what I mean? And of all things to hold a place, he's probably the person to do it. Let me know your ideas in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, give us one of these ones, and I'll see you guys next time.